It is an age of Canadian football domination. In the West, the Edmonton Eskimos are a dynasty without equal. Behind the quarterback tandem of Tom Wilkinson and Warren Moon, the Eskimos won 5 consecutive Grey Cup championships between 1978 and 1982. In the East, 4 teams battle it out through a 6-game season to see who will meet Edmonton in the championship game. The Toronto Argonauts have not hoisted a Grey Cup since 1952. Will this be their year? Let's find out. This is Third and Roll. Welcome to Third and Roll, a Canadian football board game podcast. My name is Spencer. This is my brother Alex.
Hi, everybody.
This is a podcast where we play the 1985 board game Canadian Armchair Football. This is part history, part role-playing. These are real players playing out an unreal season. We begin the 1980 season with Toronto at Ottawa, and I turn it over to our in-studio host, Ron Booman. Ron, take it away.
Hello, everybody. I'm Ron Booman. Welcome to the Canadian Armchair Football broadcast. Happy Dominion Day as we enter 1980. The sun was shining and will again someday, now in a overcast Ottawa as we gather around the football field to play a game of Canadian football. A game which I hear is a great Canadian tradition. I know nothing about it, but I am soon to learn. And now we take you to the field, a beautiful rectangle of grass with numbers and lines very carefully marked upon it. And there are players taking the field. They are people wearing different colored clothes to identify that they are on opposing sides. And they are ready to do battle. And that is the extent of my knowledge of what is happening right now. So to take it to some football people that know what they're talking about, we have our correspondent on the field.
Great. Well, thank you so much, Ron, for that. I am your play-by-play man, Edward Welch, here with my longtime partner, Norman Knuckleberger.
Yep.
Always a man of many words, Norman. We are here at Lansdowne Park. It is Tuesday, July 1st, 1980. It's 24 degrees outside. So we are about to head down to the field. These are 2 teams coming off very different 1979 seasons. The Ottawa Rough Riders, of course, made it to the Eastern Final, where they lost a close game against Montreal. Toronto, however, had another disappointing season. We will see if they can turn it around with new coach Willie Hood. So for now, we are going down to the coin toss. So I'm going to roll, and you're going to roll.
And it is a 3.
All right. So Toronto is going to be receiving to start off the first quarter. And we are ready to start off the season. We are starting from the 45-yard line. Jerry Organ's lining up, and he really boots it. That is oh goodness me, that is a 60-yard kickoff. The Argos are picking up the ball at the 5-yard line. He makes it out to the sideline. He's out at the sideline. He's running from the 5. And he gets stopped down at midfield. So that is good starting position for the Toronto Argonauts as they're looking to turn around a franchise that is really having a difficult time of it. When I'm on offense, you don't have to roll anything unless there's a turnover.
First down, Toronto.
So the Argos are coming out onto the field. Mark Jackson under center. He's got Terry Metcalf beside him. Metcalf going out to the right side. He got stopped at the 45-yard line. So that was a pickup of 10 for the Argos. They're off to a good start. Norman, what do you think of some of the blocking going on out there?
It's good to take everything back to the blocking because there was some great movement of the ball there by the Argos, but it all started with the O-line. They were making those blocks.
Absolutely.
This is Chad Owens, the Flying Hawaiian and former receiver for the Toronto Argonauts. You're listening to Third and Roll, a Canadian football board game podcast.
First down, Toronto.
Argos looking for a pass. Jackson finds Greer. Greer takes it at the 37-yard line. He picks up another 5 yards, and that's a 12-yard pickup. So they are here now at the 32-yard line.
First down.
Jackson hands it off to Metcalf. Metcalf breaks out to the left side. It's a 20-yard pickup down to the 12-yard line. Wow. They are really tearing apart the Rough Riders defense. Norman, they're really going back and forth between these passes and these rushes. What's going on that Ottawa sideline?
Well, this is what football's all about. I mean, when you're throwing it and you're running it and the defense doesn't know which way it's going. I mean, the Ottawa defense is just scrambling right now. They're just moving backwards, just trying to hold the ship together.
Couldn't agree more, Norman. Thank you so much.
First down, Toronto.
They're going for a pass. It's complete. It's a 3-yard pickup down at the 9. Metcalf running with the ball, and he picks up another 2 more. They are stopped at the 7-yard line. So 2nd and 5.
The Argos could throw here or they could run here, and you could go either way. So how do you defend both?
That's really the worst position to be in. So Jackson back, another pass, another completion for 3 yards this time. They're down at the 4. They're still a yard short of the first down. Metcalf with the ball. And he busts it into the end zone for an Argos touchdown.
Touchdown.
That's the fast start that the Argos were looking for. It is now 6-0 Argos on the board. We now have
Zenon Andrushishin
coming on to kick the extra point, and it is no good. It's no good. The Argos had so much momentum. Goodness. Zenon, he is really going to be thinking about that one on the ride home.
Oh, and I was just thinking about how, what a drive to start your season. Started picking up the ball at the 5-yard line, running it all the way back with some beautiful plays, pounding it in. But at the final punctuation mark to complete the touchdown, a miss. So if that's any indication of the kind of wild swings that are in the works for this season, well, that's how the Argos season begins, and now they have to defend.
So after that scoring play, we will take a pause, and we'll be right back.
You're listening to Third and Roll, a Canadian football board game podcast.
Welcome back to Lansdowne Park. We are here in the first quarter. There is still plenty of time to go. 8 minutes left in the first quarter. Argos up 6-0 after a very impressive drive, fizzled with a missed convert. He is back on the field trying to redeem himself now with the kickoff, and this one is a boomer. He kicks it 70 yards down the field. Ottawa Rough Riders are taking it from the end zone. They're moving up the field. Breaks a tackle, makes it to the right side. He's past midfield, and he is brought down at the 45-yard line. Ottawa with the ball. We take you now down to the sidelines where the Ottawa Rough Riders rookie head coach is going to decide what to do next.
Yeah, so I hear that this is the time for me to decide what play we're going to do, and I hear that the thing that everybody's talking about is it going to be run or pass? And I just want to start. I just want to start by running right now. I think let's just keep it simple and let's just run the ball.
Coach, can I, as your assistant, can I tell you something about what you can do? So you have about 14 different options in terms of what you can do. You have 10 running options, so you can have 5 different types of short runs, 5 different types of long runs, and then you have 4 different types of passes that you can do. There is a rule that the league brought in this season, in that in order to not be too predictable, you cannot choose the same type of play twice in a row. So just pick a play, just point to it and say go, and then they're going to go out there and they're going to do the best they can. Okay?
All right, excellent. So which one of these is closest to run? I see run option. Let's run the option. Run the option, guys.
All right. Ottawa has called in the play. We got great CFL quarterback Conrad Holloway. They are at the 45-yard line. 1st and 10. Holloway is back. Hands it off to Richard Crump, who makes it up the field 7 yards and gets dropped by Bruce Clark, the great defensive tackle for the Toronto Argonauts. But still a very good start there for Ottawa. It is
2nd down
and 3rd from the 37-yard line. Let's take you back to our mic'd up segment. Let's listen in to the coach.
Coach, so right now, so we're in a 2nd and short. That was really good. When you're looking at your play chart, I think you'll know that there's a series of numbers, and then at the very bottom, there's a number with an asterisk in front of it, and that happens like when you roll the dice.
if there's an asterisk next to it, that would be like, what if you got those same numbers twice? Does that make any sense? So say, for example, you could roll a 3 and a 1, and that would be a 4. But if you rolled 2 2s, it would be an asterisk 2.
Well, I think it's time to get to that first down marker so we can get more first downs so we can keep doing this. Let's get to that first down marker. We got a short little run. Let's just send it right off the right tackle.
Okay, and with that, Holloway back under center. Looks like they're going back to the run. Hands it off to Crump. Crump makes it to the right. He gets past Clark, and he gets stopped at the 32-yard line, but that is enough for a first down. So it's a first down, Ottawa, after a 6-yard pickup. So Ottawa being a little bit conservative early on, calling all running plays, but it's working for them so far. Norman, what do you think about the play calling from Ottawa right now?
Hey, if you can run the ball, run the ball. Why take the risk of passing and having to make this delicate completion of a pass without dropping it or it ending up in somebody else's hands? Just hold on to the ball and run with it. If they can't stop you doing that, keep doing it.
That's absolutely true. There's a film that may come out sometime from now where they say, control the clock, control the game.
You understand that by running the ball, we control the clock. We can grind them and the tempo of the game way down.
And it's hard to argue with that, Norman, you're really a fan of old-time, hard knuckle, of course it's in your name, football. How many times over a couple of beers have you told me that the real game is in between the lines? One big man going up another big man, seeing who's going to move first. Let's go back now to the sidelines where Ottawa is going to blow in their next play.
And now it's time we have a little bit of option here. Going to run with that option.
Here we go. Ottawa snaps the ball. Look at that. It's another handoff to Crump. He makes it up 7 yards, and he is down at the 25-yard line. So Ottawa really making things manageable, staying in second and short situations. Here they are again. They are at 2nd and 3 after a 7-yard pickup from Crump. Holloway back, has not touched the ball very much today. He hands it off here again to Crump, and he is stuffed. He is stuffed by Bruce Clark. Gets knocked down right on his keister. He is stopped for no yards there on the play. All right, looks like it's going to be the hardest choice of the game so far for Ottawa's rookie head coach. It is 3rd and 3. What are they going to do? Are they going to call a field goal, or are they going to go for it down 6-0 here with 30 seconds left in the first quarter?
Wow, running out of downs. I prefer having more downs available. I don't like being on my last down. You're going to kick it, do the calculation. 3rd and 3.
Coach, this is normally when most coaches would choose to kick a field goal. They don't necessarily need to, but a lot of coaches do that. Sometimes because if they choose not to kick a field goal and they get stopped, then those coaches get fired. But then maybe I would then be the head coach. So maybe go ahead and go for it on 3rd down. Go for it. Go for it. You can be a coward. Go for it. Go on, coach.
Wow, I was going to go for the field goal, but, now, if my courage is on the line here, this is what kind of football is that where you kick a field goal? And since I'm a coach who knows very little about the game of Canadian football, I'm very impressionable to that suggestion, and I want to get more downs. Let's get some more downs here.
Go for it, Coach. Great idea. Yeah. Great idea. I'm glad you came up with that all on your own.
Coaches, decision seems like, I don't know if it deserves the word, what I'm doing, but yes, these decisions.
Ottawa really letting the play clock run down. They don't have a lot of time left to make a decision. Let's see what they're going to do. Are they going to get a delay of game?
And deliberations, and the clock runs out. Deliberations have taken too long.
And that is the end of the first quarter. We will find out what happens when we come back. Ottawa retains the ball, but they will have to be facing the other side of the field when we come back right after this.
There's a technical side note that...
There has to be one last play. I'm sorry. Yes. Norman, do you want to correct me on that?
Well, I believe that one of the protocols of the CFL is that you don't just end by the clock running out. That's not a way to end a session of play. When the clock runs out, it means it's time for one last play.
Norman, you were absolutely right. I apologize. I was really just wanted to get some of those advertising dollars, so I was just hungry to throw out the commercial. You're absolutely right. Ottawa has as much time as they want, unless they do get charged for a penalty, but let's see what they're going to call.
Right, there may be a technical side. There may be an exception to this protocol in the case of an offensive penalty. If it is an offensive penalty, maybe it ends, and maybe it's only at the end of the first and third quarter, because certainly not at the end of the second and fourth quarters. But I believe we are holding to the principle of the one last play.
Thank you very much. That is Stuart, our in-house rules pedant, always keeping us in line. Thank you very much, Stuart, for that.
That is, I believe that is Stuart.
Please do not address this unit in that manner.
So here we go. It's 3rd and 3. There are big zeros up on the clock. Let's see what's going to happen.
Well, it looked like that the Ottawa coach there was really contemplating going for it, but now pushed back 5 yards. It's time to kick. And even this, the very dubious mind of this coach is not going to go for it on 3rd and 8.
It'll be 3rd and 8 from the 30. They're going for a kick, and it is good. Ottawa is on the board, and with that, we get to the real end of the first quarter. It is 6-3 Argos here in Ottawa.
This is James Franklin, quarterback for the Toronto Argonauts, and you're listening to Third and Roll, the Canadian Football Board Game Podcast.
Okay, so we are back here at Lansdowne Park in Ottawa. Still cloudy. Wind really not having much of a factor so far, although perhaps in retrospect that was the reason that Toronto missed that initial convert. No good! It's no good! We now have Jerry Organ at his own 45-yard line. He lines up. He kicks it 55 yards down the field. Argos pick up the ball at their own 10-yard line. They bring it up 20 yards up to the 30-yard line.
First down, Ottawa.
This is only their second possession of the game. Seems like it's been a while, but they are back on the field and ready to go. Okay, and so Jackson is there behind center. He steps back. The defensive line is coming towards him. He looks like he's in trouble. Oh, and he drops it off. It was all intentional. It was a screen pass to Metcalf, who makes it 10 yards up the field. What is he going to do with it? He makes it. He goes another 10 yards down the field, and what is this? He has thrown a lateral. When you have a lead, that seems extremely risky. What's going to happen with it? They make it, and they pick up another 10 yards. So that's a 30-yard screen pass, including a lateral. Wow.
It's a lateral? He lateraled the ball? Wow.
Norman, you don't see laterals too much this early in the game at this level. Wow.
Well, I'm blown away by that decision to throw a lateral, but as someone who enjoys a good game of throwing a ball around, I mean, it's just so much fun to throw laterals. Come on, guys, just throw laterals. It may not be, the odds on, expected value calculated choice, but that is a fun way to play football.
Norman, I couldn't agree more. You were really ahead of your time in terms of your view of analytics and metrics. I really love it. I think it's great. I think really the game could have a lot to listen from you. And let's see where they're going to go from here. Jackson under center. He's going to hand it off to the right to Metcalf, and he is stuffed. He is stuffed at the line of scrimmage by Mike Raines of the Ottawa Rough Riders. He really brought it on that one, and that is really the first setback since that mixed extra point for the Argos.
Second down.
They are second and long, so that's the first second and long of the game. Let's bring it back down to the sidelines with Willie Wood. That was not good. When the other team ran the ball, it seemed like they were able to make yard and move the ball forward, and that did not work for me. I'm in a second and long. I think I really got to push the ball down the field. I'm a little bit nervous about it because maybe I should play a longer game and not really try to push it. But you know what? I was assistant head coach last year, and then the coach got fired. I really do not want to get fired, so I want to make sure that I win my first game as a head coach. I got Jackson. I've got Greer. We haven't really gotten Greer involved in the game yet. I'm gonna go try to get a deep pass. I'm gonna go for a long pass. Let's see how it goes. I really hope this works out. All right, Jackson behind center. He looks over to Terry Greer on his right, gives him a little wink. Maybe that's a little tip-off to the defense. He's got lots of time. It's a bomb. Going to the right-hand side, and Greer picks it down at the 20-yard line. That is a 30-yard pickup for the Argos. Greer, really an all-star receiver, finally getting involved, but he is brought down by defensive back Robert Sparks. That was maybe not great coverage, but a pretty solid tackle. Norman, take it away. Don't you just love this game of football?
I got to hand it to the Argos for this play call. I mean, they're going for it. That's just what we like to see.
Absolutely. They're really leaving it all out there on the field. They've got no one is expecting anything of them going into this season. No real hope on the horizon at this point. But maybe with this new coach, Willie Wood, former Green Bay Packer, let's see if he can really bring some of that magic to the Argos and let them go.
First down, Toronto.
At the 20-yard line, looks like they're... Oh, he's speaking to Metcalf. Looks like they're going to go for a run. Jackson back. It's a draw. And it is a pickup of 5 yards for Metcalf.
Second down.
And 5 for the Argos at the 15-yard line. They are inside the red zone. Let's see what they're going to do. Jackson back, going for a pass. Going to be a short pass to Metcalf. He is still 2 yards short of the first down. What's going to happen? He gets it, and he breaks it for another 6 yards. And he makes it down to the 6-yard line. It is first and goal for the Argos. Second straight drive where they are really banging on the door here.
Once again, Ottawa backed up, running backwards.
They are backed up like a guy at a hot dog eating contest.
And it really is not a great feeling, as we all know, to be backed up. But that's what the defense deals with.
First and goal, Argos from the 6. Looks like they're going to go back to the screen pass. They've had lots of luck with that before. Jackson back, drops it to his left to Metcalf. At 5 yards, they are there at the 1-yard line. Can Metcalf punch it in? He can! It's a second touchdown of the game. Jackson to Metcalf. It is 12-3 Argos. Jackson with 2 passing TDs to start off the game so far. Norman, what did you think of that drive? What are the Argos saying there?
I mean, well, that lateral and followed up by the aggressive play and then the big pass. I mean, these are big football plays. This is what it's good to see.
That's really what you want to see. You want to see big football players making big football plays in big football games. And that's why we're here at Lansdowne Park.
Right here in the capital of this big country.
Happy Dominion Day, everybody. Now we have what is normally a by-the-book play. We have
Zenon Andrushishin
back on the field for his convert. Let's see what he can do. And it is good. So he redeems himself there. It is 13-3 Toronto with 6 minutes left in the half. Let's see if Ottawa can complete a drive in the remaining 6 minutes. And we'll be right back after this.
This is Chad Owens, the Flying Hawaiian and former receiver for the Toronto Argonauts. You're listening to Third and Roll.
Welcome back. I am Edward Welch. We're here with my longtime partner, Norman Knuckleberger. We are ready. Ottawa is down 13-3, waiting to receive the ball. And Zenon Andrushishin in there, ready to kick. And he absolutely destroys this ball. It is high. It is deep. It goes all the way down to the goal line. That was a 65-yard kickoff.
That's a big kick.
Ottawa with the ball. Nope, I apologize. It was only a 55-yarder. I was looking at the wrong pair of dice. So Ottawa with the ball at their 10-yard line. He waits. He lets the blocks form in front of him. He moves to the left. He fakes. He's going to the right. He's trying to get to the sideline. He's got it. He's got it. He goes, and he gets brought down at midfield for a 45-yard kick return. That is really what Ottawa wants. They are behind by 2 scores. They really want to make a good showing before the end of the half. Let's throw it back down to the sidelines. to the Ottawa rookie head coach.
Yeah, so now that we actually have the ball, and thank you very much for that kicking it to us. Now let's run.
You're welcome. All right, so Ottawa's blown in the play. The clock is running. Holloway, really an all-star quarterback, not being asked to do much today. Maybe that's why his team is behind. We don't know. He looks and, surprise, he hands it off to Crump, and Crump gets stopped. He gets pushed back 2 yards by Bruce Clark. Goodness me, Bruce Clark, the excellent Argos defensive tackle who was drafted number 4 overall in the NFL by the Green Bay Packers, refused to play and signed here in Toronto. This is his rookie season, folks. He wants to be here. He could have been playing in the NFL, but he is not. The Clark, the man from Penn State, from Newcastle, Pennsylvania. It is now 2nd and 12. Ottawa pushed onto their own side of the field at the 53-yard line. Norman, did you know that about Bruce Clark?
Oh, this is news to me. I mean, any story behind why he made that decision?
Well, he's been very tight-lipped about it. He is a man of few words. He would have gotten starting time as the number 4 pick overall, so a little bit surprising. But we're happy to have him here, and the Argos are definitely happy to have him here, as he's had at least 2 tackles for a loss so far in this first half of the game. So let's bring it back down to the Ottawa sideline. Where are they going to go from here? It's 2nd and 12.
It's really looking like it's, pretty far away to get more down. So I think we just got to throw the ball. We're just going to do a long pass. Just throw it down there.
All right, Holloway back. Finally gets something to do. He's looking for his tight end, Tony Gabriel, running a corner to the outside. Gabriel has it up, and it slips through his fingers. Gabriel drops it. Ottawa finally trying to stretch the ball down the field. Not able to connect there, but still a very good attempt there by Ottawa. They get the good field position at the middle of the field.
Third down.
Norman, what are they going to do?
Well, I think this coach has had some unusual ideas and, his own approach to the game. So you never know what he's going to do on any individual play. But in the case of being 3rd and 12 in the middle of the field, this is like, his own team would tie him up and boot him off the field.
Tie him up like Odysseus to the mast, Norman, am I right?
Maybe it's my Eton education coming through here. He really is feeling that siren song of going for it on 3rd down.
That's exactly the metaphor that we need. Yes, exactly. So he is like Odysseus, who wants to follow those sirens. He's like, I want more downs. But the team's like, nope, we're not going in that direction. So they kick the ball.
You're listening to 3rd and Roll.
Okay, and with that, Jerry Organ is back on the field. Yes, kicks the ball downfield. It is a 35-yard punt. Toronto picks it up at their own 22-yard line. 13 yards. They make it up to the 35-yard line. What is this?
There's a flag on the play.
Looks like it's in the area of a no yards penalty. Yes. Call is coming through now. It is a no yards penalty on Ottawa. That is a 15-yard penalty. You have to stay back 5 yards before the ball is touched. And they did not do that in that case. So that's a 15-yard penalty. So we're going to bring it up from the 33 to the 48.
First down, Toronto.
Argos with not very much time left in the half.
This is the 3-minute warning.
We'll be right back for the final 3 minutes and see if the Argos can put up any more points on the board.
You're listening to 3rd and Roll, a Canadian football board game podcast.
Yeah, Ottawa really stumbling on that last drive, going for the really deep pass, incomplete, and then a really weak punt, ending up with a no yards penalty on the coverage team. This game's all about yards. And when you have no yards, it's no good.
Just under 3 minutes left to play in the first half. What are the Argos going to do? Are they going to play it safe, or are they going to try to push the ball down the field? We saw Willie Wood. He was going deep early on. Let's see if he keeps that going here. Jackson is back, and they're going back to a play that's worked for them before. They're going for the screen pass. It is complete to Metcalf. He catches it behind the line of scrimmage. If it stays like this, it's going to be a loss of 3. What can he do with it? He goes, and he fumbles the ball! The Argos, they had the ball, they had the lead. All they had to do was hold on to it, and they really flubbed that one. Goodness me. Jelly Fingers Metcalf turfs the ball, and with that, the Ottawa Rough Riders are offered an opportunity at redemption late in the half. There was really just over a minute, 20 seconds to go, but because they're within the 3-minute warning, the clock will stop after every play. Ottawa picking the ball up. It is going to be 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line. Let's bring it down to the sidelines. Let's see what they're going to do.
Oh, wow, we got the ball back again. Wow, okay, that's great.
Yeah, coach, it's because of your great play calling. They really brought up the blitz there. They got right in Metcalf's face, and they just really crunked him. Really, it's hard to hold on to the ball when you're getting hit as hard as that. So, I take back what I said earlier. I don't really want to be head coach. It seems like a little bit too much pressure. So I'll just keep standing here in the wings. You know what to do. You take it from here.
Well, yeah, it does seem like a lot of pressure when, it's important what call you make. But hey, a play is a play. You make a call, play gets played, life goes on. So, I think we're running out of time here. So, this running thing, let's just throw the ball. Throw it in. Let's do, I don't like these, let's do a pass from the option, because, they still don't know what we're going to do. That's like an option, right? Well, they're not going to know what we're going to do.
Ottawa with the ball with 1:10 to go. Holloway under center. He goes back. It's a pass from the option. Gets it to Gabriel. Gabriel picks up 10 yards. They're down to the 31-yard line. From there, he picks up another 2. It is at the 33-yard line. There's 44 seconds left. A good first play there from the Ottawa Rough Riders. So it is
1st down
and 10 from the 28.
Ooh, okay. Yeah, I feel like giving it a bit of a run, just like to stir things up. So, I'm going to do an end run. I'm going to run around the end.
Okay, 44 seconds left. Holloway under center, hands it off to Crump. Crump makes it up 5 yards, and they are down at the 23-yard line after a 5-yard pickup. It is 2nd and 5, Ottawa.
Wow, there really aren't too many downs to work with here. I mean, if you don't get it the first time, you got to get it the second time. Well, I think we're just going to do it again. I think we're going to run from the option, because now we got the option. They don't know what we're going to do.
Holloway back under center. Goes back to Crump. Crump gets past Clark, gets up through the middle, and he gets stuffed at the 11-yard line, but a great pickup there on 2nd and 5. It is
1st down, Ottawa.
At the 11-yard line with 25 seconds left to go in the first half. Will Ottawa be able to punch it in before the end of the
2nd quarter?
It'll be a whole different ball game if that's the case. Back down to the Ottawa sideline.
Okay, I feel like, wow, we're getting close, running out of time here. So let's just throw it. Let's get on with this. We're going to throw it. I don't like these short passes, though. So let's do a screen. Let's do a screen pass here.
25 seconds left. Holloway, Argo defensive line rushing towards him. It's a screen pass. It's caught at the 6. It gets down to the 3-yard line. 12 seconds left.
2nd down.
From the 3rd-yard line, they can still pick up a 1st down without scoring.
All right, guys, run. Do fake reverse, because we did a reverse last time. We'll fake reverse it.
Holloway under center, looks at the coverage. He's really letting the clock run down here. Snaps it, hands it to Crump, trying to get the edge. Oh, it was not a reverse. It's going back the other way, and it is a touchdown, Ottawa! He had so much runway ahead of him, he could have run for 20 yards if there was 20 yards left on the field. He ran all the way out through the end of the end zone. And on the last play of the half, Ottawa runs the ball into the end zone. It is a rushing touchdown. So with that, it is
Toronto Argonauts
13,
Ottawa Rough Riders
9, with the convert coming from Jerry, Oregon. And it is good. It is 13-10 Argos on the road against Ottawa here at Lansdowne Park. We have a game, Ottawa back to within 1 score. It was an exciting first half. We had a fumble. We had a lateral. We had some large runs. We had some long passes. We got two rookie head coaches going at it here. We'll see how it's going to go. From now, I'm going to throw it back to our man in the studio, Ron Booman and Brett Brannigan.
Hello, welcome to the halftime report, which is the report that we deliver when it is the halftime point, which is the pause that we take in the middle of the game. So the players are going off to their places that are off the field where they talk about what to do and take a rest. And, we're here in this booth now filling in time because we got a 15-minute break. Those of you who are still sitting here, we will try our best to give you something useful for your time. So in that, for that purpose, I would like to hand it off to someone who can maybe comment on, what do you think? What's going on?
You talking to me, Ron? You talking to me? It's me, Brett Brannigan here. God, I really hoped you were going to bring it to me before the game so I could call it, because you know what? I'm going for the Toronto Argonauts every single time. I know they had a disappointing season last year. I really thought they were going to pull it together. They got off to a great start so far. I am really excited by the work being done by Willie Hood. I think he is really a breath of fresh air. He was a defensive coordinator, but he's really brought an offensive spark here to the Argonauts. I was going to pick them to win the game. I'm still picking them. It's a little bit easier now because they're already up at the half, so it doesn't really seem as courageous of a pick. But I gotta say, wow, I mean, what are they putting in the Gatorade for that team where you're up by more than one score, it's in the first half, and you throw a damn lateral. That is no holds barred. That is leaving it all out on the field. Football, that's the kind of football I love. I really love it. Maybe it's because I got hit in the head too many times. I don't really know. But I gotta say, I love this game, football. I can't wait for the second half, because you know what we're gonna see? More football. Ron, take it back again.
And there you have it. Our halftime report is complete. We will now give you a bunch of commercials and then return you to the field where this game will now have another half to follow the half that has just finished. So I will see you again after the game to say thank you for watching the game and goodbye. But for now, don't, I'm not saying goodbye yet. No, we're still at halftime.
Don't turn off the podcast. Keep it down in.
We got one more half to go. Second half. After this long pause and then watching them take the field again.
You're listening to Third and Roll. Can I say the same thing but in Tamil? நீங்கள் கேட்டுக்கொண்டிருப்பது Third and Roll.
Welcome back to the show. We are about ready to start the second half. We are here in Ottawa at Lansdowne Park. The hometown Rough Riders made a good last drive to close out the half. It is now 13-10 Toronto. The other game that's going on in the East Division today, the Hamilton Tiger Cats are starting off the season on the road against the Montreal Alouettes. At the end of the first half there, it is 11 for Hamilton and 8 for Montreal. So in both games, the visiting team is up by 3 points. Of course, next week, the Argos will be having their home opener at Exhibition Place with the visiting Montreal Alouettes, whereas the Ottawa Rough Riders here will be in Hamilton. So with that, we are ready to kick off. Argos received the ball at the start of the first half, so they will be kicking off to the Rough Riders.
Zenon Andrushishin.
He's ready to go, kicks it deep to the 10-yard line. Ottawa has the ball. They are able to make it up an extra 10 to the 20-yard line. A respectable return there.
First down, Ottawa.
Down by 3, starting off the half. Ball at their own 20-yard line. Let us go back down to the Ottawa sidelines to see what their rookie head coach is going to do.
All right, so it's a whole new half, and we got lots of time. So hey, let's run. I like this idea of I heard you guys have this sweeping or pitching thing. That sounds like fun. Let's do a sweep.
Holloway under center, hands it off to Crump. It's a pitch out. Does he have the edge? He's got the edge. He's past Clark, but he gets sandwiched by Ron Southwick at the 28-yard line. 8-yard pickup on first down before he got absolutely crunched by the linebacker of the Toronto Argonauts. The McMaster product there on defense really dropping the hammer on Crump. Let's see where they're going to go from here. Back down to the set.
All right, let's just keep running it. Let's do a reverse.
Holloway hands it to Crump, trying to get past the defender. He is moving backwards. He is down at the 21, and the ball is out. It is a fumble. Ottawa gives up the ball at their own 21-yard line. Goodness me. It is a fumble and a lost ball with a loss of 7 on the play. Ottawa with a good start.
Well, you know, in the first half, we had the Argos doing some wild plays, Metcalf especially, with that incredible lateral. And then later in the half, fumbling. So, you know, he brought, you know, that kind of wildness. But this time, Ottawa's been playing conservative, but it just goes to show you that even when you play conservative, you can still have disasters like that.
This is James Franklin, quarterback for the Toronto Argonauts, and you're listening to Third and Roll.
Toronto with the ball. Jackson, he's looking for Greer, and he's going for a corner pass to Greer. And it's been picked off! It's been picked off! Robert Sparks again of the Rough Riders defense. He gets the ball at the 1. He's running. Everyone's going in the wrong direction. He gets stopped at the 11-yard line, but still an interception. Back-to-back turnovers. What a way to start off the second half. So it will be
first down, Ottawa.
From the 11-yard line. So here we go. Ottawa, they made the mistake with the fumble. Another mistake by Toronto gets the ball right back into their hands. Let's go back down to the sidelines. Let's see what Ottawa's going to do.
Well, you know, we're pretty far back in our own end right now. You know, I don't like kind of running it and hanging around the center. I think we got to throw it, and we're going to let's do a pass from option.
Ottawa from their own 11-yard line. Holloway with the ball. He's stepping back. He's getting good protection. He's waiting. Looks like he wants to go deep. He spots Gabriel. It's up, and it's tipped, and it's incomplete. The pass is incomplete. It'll be
second down
from the 11-yard line.
Well, you know, it's not easy to get new downs. All right, throw it again. Throw it long.
Holloway back. He's looking for Gabriel. Gabriel down the seam. 30 yards down the field. He makes it another 5. He is down to the 47-yard line. So that is a 35-yard pickup. Ottawa out of their end of the end zone. They got a lot more breathing space. Almost said living space. That would have been a real faux pas. I know it's 1980, but still.
First down, Ottawa.
Oh, well, you know, this is a much nicer place to hang out, you know, right here by the big helmet painting. Around the middle here, you know, it's a little more room to breathe out here. Let's go for a little jog. Yeah, let's do around the end run.
Holloway hands it off. Gets it to Crump, and Crump is stopped. He went nowhere there. Bruce Clark, the Penn State product, he sniffed that out, and he stopped that right at the line of scrimmage. No gain. It'll be 2nd and 10 from the 47-yard line.
Wow, again, this second down thing, you know, you just can't catch a break in this game. So let's just throw it. Yeah, let's pass from the option.
Ottawa with the ball. Holloway back. He is going deep down the sidelines. It is a completion 25 yards down the field at the 38-yard line. Argos defensive back Preston Young is there, and he strips the ball. He strips the ball. Preston Young strips the ball from Tony Gabriel, and it is
first down.
Argos ball at the 38-yard line. What did they do to the ball at halftime? It seems like it's covered in grease now. No one can hang on to it. We've had 3 turnovers.
Well, that right there, I mean, Preston Young, he was in the right place at the right time, and he just took that ball. I mean, that is a good defensive play. He's saying, no, that's not your ball, that's my ball.
All right, so the Argos have called in the play. Jackson hands it off to Metcalf. And it is a 10-yard pickup. Get the ball down to the 49-yard line. That's a 10-yard pickup.
First down, Toronto.
Jackson doing a bit of hurry up. Looks like they're going to go for another run. Back to Metcalf. Picks up 4 yards. 2nd and 6 from the Argos 54-yard line. Going to the passing game. They want to try something short. What's going to happen? It's complete to Metcalf. He's got a first down. What can he do with it? picks up 3 more, gets down to the Ottawa 49-yard line.
First down.
Norman, what do you think about that sequence of plays there?
Oh, the Argos are just really mixing it up well. They're showing they can really run the ball and then throw a pass in too. I mean, you keep them guessing, and they have to defend for everything, and they can't defend for anything well. I mean, that's what it's all about. Now the Argos moving into Ottawa territory. Let's see, what are they going to do next?
Do you think they're going to keep doing these little dink and dunk, little short plays going down the field? Or you think they're going to, now that they're on the Ottawa side of the field, that they're going to really try to push it and go for something big?
Hey, it's third quarter and close game. I'll play dink and dunk all day long. I mean, control the clock, control the game. I'll keep dinking and dunking until you can stop me from dinking and dunking. And then I'll try to do something else.
You make them stop you. You don't stop yourself. Argos getting ready. They are coming out of the huddle. They're going to go for another run towards the sidelines. It's a pitch. Jackson to Metcalf. He gets past Reigns. He's into the secondary. Is Sovieta going to stop him? No, he's not. Sparks. Can Sparks tackle him to a shoestring tackle? No, he can't. It's a touchdown. Terry Metcalf with his first touchdown of the game. He's had a great game, and he just really busted one there. Wow. Wow, what a run there.
What a run.
By the Toronto Argos, and they are up 19-10 with 5 minutes left in the third quarter.
Wow, what a play. And Metcalf is really tearing apart this game. And it just goes to show you, I mean, we're talking about the conservative run calling, but hey, even a conservative run, if it gets through the back line, he's going through all the way. Metcalf the word is explosive. He's just blowing up this game.
We have
Zenon Andrushishin
back on the field to make a convert. We know from his performance in the first half that is anything but a done deal when he is kicking these converts. This light breeze has really been a foil for him this afternoon. But let's see, how is he going to do this time? And it is up. And it is good. All right, so he is 2 for 3 in extra points in this game. It is 20-10. Argos doubling up on Ottawa. And with that, we'll be right back after this.
This is Chad Owens, the flying Hawaiian and former receiver for the Toronto Argonauts. You're listening to Third and Roll, a Canadian football board game podcast.
All right, and in the spirit of collegiality, we see here that Willie Hood walked over to the Ottawa sidelines, and he is sharing a drink with the Ottawa Rough Riders coach, welcoming him into the league. Of course, Willie Hood, this is his first year as a head coach, but he was the defensive coordinator for the Argos last year in their fairly disappointing 1979 season. He's off to a good start so far, looking for his first win as a head coach, and he really just wants to welcome people into the league with a nice, smooth Irish whiskey, because you know what? It's Dominion Day. We got to say thank you to Canada. Thank you all for being here and for enjoying. This is our game, after all.
You're listening to Third and Roll.
Argos up 20-10 over the Rough Riders. Andrew Sishin, he boots it. It is down to the 10-yard line. Ottawa with the ball. Let's see what they can do on the return. Goes up the field fast. Tries to go to the sideline. He gets stopped, but he still picks up a very respectable 25 yards there on the return. So it is
first down, Ottawa.
From the 35-yard line.
All right, we're getting a little short on time here. We're getting a bit behind here. So let's just pitch it. Pitch it down. Let's run a screen.
All right. Ottawa with the ball. Under center. Holloway. Screen to Crump. Crump is stopped at the line of scrimmage, and he fumbles the ball. Oh, goodness me. That is the third fumble of the game for the Ottawa Rough Riders. Sometimes the rolls, they just don't go your way.
Yeah, it looks like the Toronto defense is really starting to get a read on these guys. I mean, they seem to know where they're going.
Absolutely. Bruce Clark really smelled that out. All the way from Newcastle, Pennsylvania, here to Ottawa, Ontario, Canada, here on Tuesday, July 1st, 1980. Lansdowne Park. Wow, he came into our lives, and he is here. He is stripping the ball. He is doing these tackles for losses. What a gift to the Toronto Argonauts this Bruce Clark is. I bet the Green Bay Packers are sitting at home and they are weeping. They are thinking of what could have been if he had been signed to their team. Wow, what a snub. Wow.
Yeah, what a statement to turn down the National Football League south of the border for the Canadian game. I mean, that is really quite a statement. And he's making some statements here today on the field.
Norman, I could not agree more. What are the Argos going to do with the ball?
First down, Toronto.
We've seen what Willie Hood's been doing so far. When he's got an opportunity, he wants to press the advantage. He's going for a long pass. Jackson back. He's got lots of time. He's looking for Greer over the middle. It is up. It is tipped to the line of scrimmage by Mike Raines. And it's picked off. Rick Sowita, the linebacker, the National, picks up the ball at his own 15-yard line. He is running. He picks up an extra 10, gets them back to the 25-yard line. Wow. Jackson really having an up and down day. 2 TDs, 2 picks. Wow. I guess there's nothing else you could say but wow. I mean, really, maybe they should go for a more conservative approach when they're up, but you see a neck, and I guess they're trying to stomp on it. They want to silence this crowd, but they did nothing of the sort. These fans here at Lansdowne Park, they are up, they're out of their seats, they want to see a comeback. Let's see what's going to happen.
You're listening to Third and Roll.
So it is 1st and 10, Ottawa at their own 25-yard line.
And we're just going to go for the long pass. Yeah, we're not going to be conservative now. We're going to go for it.
Ottawa taking the same approach that worked extremely well for Toronto. All the way back, he is looking for Gabriel. That is his deep threat. He gets it to the 50-yard line, and it is picked. It is picked. Preston Young stepping up once again. Wow, what a pick from Preston Young. He gets the ball at the 50-yard line. He gets stopped after a 2-yard gain, but wow.
First down, Toronto.
From the 48-yard line, after only 1 turnover in the first half, maybe the teams are starting to push it a little bit too hard, and it's starting to show up on the stat sheet here. We now have 7 turnovers in this game. 3 fumbles for Ottawa, 1 interception, 2 interceptions for Toronto, and 1 fumble. But you know what, folks? It makes it a lot of fun to watch. Let's see if Toronto has learned any of the lessons. Looks like they're learning. They're going to go for a running play over the center, and they get nothing.
That's a huge hit.
Mike Raines busting through the A-gap, duffs Terry Metcalf for no gain. It is going to be 2nd and 10, Toronto from the 48-yard line. Are they going to start getting desperate, or are they going to stick with a more conservative approach? 2nd and 10 from the 48. Metcalf has the ball, and he gets pushed back 5 yards. The Argos, they did nothing on this possession. Preston Young's interception is all for naught. It is now 3rd and 15 from the 53-yard line of the Ottawa Rough Riders. And Norm, are we going to see a punt? I think we are.
I think it's time for a punt.
Zenon Andrushishin.
On the field, 3rd and 15. This is his first punt of the game. It is up in the air. It is caught at the 8-yard line. Looks like, folks,
there's a flag on the play.
Scratch that. 2 flags on the play. Ottawa was able to bring it up to the 13-yard line. Let's see what the flags are. The first flag is on Ottawa. Clipping penalty, blocking from the rear. Other flag, the officials are conferring, and it is, defensive roughing. How is that even possible? Let's go to our in-house pedant's brother, Simon, to explain. There was a punt, and the punt was recovered at the 8-yard line, in which point the receiving team picked up the ball and moved the ball 5 yards forward.
Valid.
There was 2 penalties on the play. The returning team blocked somebody from the rear. We were only able to block somebody from the front or from the side. There was a roughing penalty, which is a major penalty, 15-yard penalty. Because we are inside the 20, is halfway distance to the goal. So from the 13-yard line, half of 13 is 6.5. And then half of 6.5 is 3 1/4. So it is going to be 1st and 10. Ottawa from the 4-yard line.
Valid.
Argos pinning them deep with a lot of help there from Ottawa. That was the last play of the 3rd quarter. Ottawa has 106 yards of field to go. Are they going to try to get it all done all at once, or are they going to take their time? We will find out when we come back with the fourth quarter.
The Ottawa coverage team looked all over the place on that one. I mean, some really sloppy blocking, that roughing penalty, a little bit of extracurricular activity. I mean, that was it was just really undisciplined. But hey, I understand, I mean, when you're playing coverage team, I mean, you're just being attacked all day. It can wear you down, and by the end of the third quarter, by the time you get to the middle of the second half, and in the second half of the second half, it just gets even worse. But that's the football game, right? It just keeps getting worse until the end.
Let's go back out onto the field.
Well, I guess this is what being a coach is all about. I got to make these big decisions. Fourth quarter, and I'm down, and I got the whole field to cross. I think that maybe I tried to get too impatient. I'm going to be patient, and I'm going to just run the ball. So I'm going to run off right tackle.
Holloway on the 10er, hands it off to Crump in the 4-yard line. Crump makes it into the secondary, up to the 14. He gets the first down.
Ottawa Rough Riders.
From the 14, making their comeback. Let's see how it goes.
All right, now I'm going to do a draw play.
Holloway, looks like he's going to pass. No, it's a draw. Hands it off to Crump. Crump makes it up the field. He's past the linebacker. Preston Young, it's a shoestring tackle. Stops Crump after a 20-yard pickup. Crump is down at the 34-yard line.
What a run.
30 yards of rushing just on this drive alone. Ottawa getting back to what they do best, running the ball.
Coach, I think it's a really good approach that you're doing here. I just want to point out that there's also some short passes that you can do as well. But you know what? Well, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. You keep doing you. And I'm just going to keep sitting here waiting until I become head coach. Okay.
Yeah, let's mix it up a little, throw a little pass from the option, stir things up. But you know what? I just want to make one stipulation. It's very important that you do not throw an interception. I just want to be very clear about that. You throw it to our guys. That's the plan. All right, here we go. Option. Somehow I have a bad feeling about this.
Holloway with the ball. He is not listening to his coach. His coach was very explicit, do not throw an interception, but that is exactly what he's done. Preston Young, I believe this is his second INT at the 54-yard line. He picks up another 5, and he brings it down to the 49-yard line.
I don't like what I saw there. I mean, I thought I saw that coach was giving a bit of dressing down to his quarterback, telling him, what not to do right before the play. I mean, what kind of mindset is that gonna send the quarterback out with? Don't throw an interception.
Unable to comply.
That is the kind of treatment of an all-star quarterback like Conrad Holloway that may lead to him not being in a Rough Rider uniform next season. But let's wait and see what happens with that one. I, as a Toronto Argonauts fan, cannot wait to see what happens next with that one.
First down, Toronto.
Argos with the ball at the Rough Rider 49-yard line. Gonna do a short run to the right, off right tackle. Metcalf picks up 6. Down to the 43-yard line, 2nd and 4. Argos from the Ottawa 43. They're playing fast now. Argos cannot snap the ball before they pick the play. That was a faux pas on behalf of Willie Wood here. I kind of thought I'd picked what the play was, but I did not. And let me be clear. I respect the rules of the game. I think they're more important than winning themselves. And I want to make sure that people think that and believe that I'm somebody who upholds the rules of the game, who will think of me well when I'm no longer here. All right, so the Argos are going to run the ball straight up the middle. Nothing fancy here. 2nd and 4, and they get pushed back. Oh, goodness. Mike Raines pushes Metcalf right back on his keister. He gets stopped at the 45-yard line. That's going to be a 3rd and 6 for the Argos.
Big stop for the Rough Riders there. The Argos looked a little bit confused before that play. There's no rule that says you have to know what you're going to do. There's no rule that says you have to know what you're doing. But once that ball's live, then there's nowhere to hide.
Well, with that, it looks as though the Argos are going to kick from their 45-yard line. That will be a 52-yard field goal. Zenon Andrushishin on the field. He came all the way from Günzburg, Germany. We actually got to speak with him. Let's go to the clip that we recorded earlier on this season. You are really an example of what is good right now. At this time in geopolitics, it's really nice to have like a good story about somebody coming from divided Germany, coming to, of all places, Canada and Oakville, Ontario. Can you tell us, what was it like as a young German boy coming to Canada and going to school in Oakville? What was that like?
I kicked the ball, and they say I kick straight, so I keep kicking the ball. And you know, I like to focus, keep my mind empty. There is only goal. There is ball and there is goal. And I kick the ball to goal. That's what I do, and I'm happy to be in Canada.
Sometimes it takes somebody coming from the outside to see where we are with such clarity, such singularity of purpose. There is a ball, yes. There is a goal. We call them uprights, yes. And he is just focused on getting the ball through that goal. Wow. Now let me ask you, Zenon. It's one thing during practice. What is it like during the game? What is it like to have 12 giant men running at you, at your leg, at your foot, at that ball? How do you handle that pressure?
The pressure, I mean, the kicker, I don't feel the pressure. That's my line. My line takes the pressure. My line takes the pressure. My team, my kick team, they take the pressure. For me, I only look at the ball. I get the ball, I look at the goal, I kick the ball to the goal. That is my pressure. But it is no pressure because it is very simple. I like to keep it very simple. I kick to the goal. Less thinking, more kicking. It's simple to kick, but it's not simple to be simple. So many thoughts in head when I try to kick. When I have thoughts in head and I kick ball, not good. When I have clear, open head, I think only about ball and goal. Then I kick. Then it is good.
Wow. I just wanted to bring up just one last thing. So you've played for the Argonauts previously. Last year in 1979, you left the Argos to play for their arch rivals, the Hamilton Tiger Cats. First off, what was it like being on the other side of the field for that very first Labor Day game? Second, what is it like now to be back in the double blue, where you will be facing off against them, your former teammates, the Hamilton Tiger Cats, in only a few weeks' time for the Labor Day game? How do you, as an outsider, I was born in Günzburg, Germany, went to school in California after going to high school in Ontario. What role has this great rivalry between the Hamilton Tiger Cats and the Toronto Argonauts played?
You talk of rivalry, but for me, what is this? You give me yellow clothes. You give me blue clothes. You change the ball. You change the goal. Same ball, same goal. I kick the ball to the goal. It is my challenge to be simple. I kick.
Well, thank you so much for that. That is our man, Todd Gray, doing those interviews. We will have many more of those throughout the course of this season. We hope to have a one-on-one interview with each of the Toronto Argonauts and maybe some of their opponents. And let me say who has the ball. It is none other than our own
Toronto Argonauts
at the 45-yard line. Where were we? No, I was about to punt. It looks as though the Argos are going to kick. That will be a 52-yard field goal. No, I was about to punt.
Right, as we take stock of the game situation, after that turnover, the Argos unable to advance. But now they can punt, drop it deep, and keep Ottawa grinding uphill.
Zenon Andrushishin
kicks it deep. Ottawa, with the ball at their own 45-yard line, picks it up 10 yards to the 15 and laterals it. We have the second lateral of the game. Goodness me, what is going on? And it is a doozy. The Argos did not see that coming, and they make it all the way up out the right sideline to the 40-yard line. Wow, look at that. I cannot believe it. It is going to be 1st and 10 Ottawa from the 40-yard line.
You know, Ottawa is really breaking out here with like that lateral play.
Wow.
They're really stepping up to the situation that they're down, they're struggling, but they're trying to make things happen here.
First down, Ottawa.
8 minutes left in the fourth quarter. They are down by double digits. Let's take it down to the sideline. Where are they going to go from here?
All right, let's run. Sweep it up.
Holloway to Crump. He makes it 8 yards, 2nd and 2 from the 48-yard line. Good play there from the Rough Riders.
2nd down.
Keep it going with an off left tackle.
2nd and 2. Crump from the 48 breaks through to the 52-yard line of Argos. 10-yard pickup there.
1st down.
Holloway to Crump. Pushed back by Clark. It is a loss of 2. They're back at the Argos 54-yard line. It is going to be
2nd down.
And 12 Rough Riders. Holloway back, looking for Gabriel. And he gets it. Gabriel gets it. He has the ball at the Argos 39-yard line. What is he going to do with it? Gabriel picks up another 6 yards, brings it down to the Toronto 33-yard line.
1st down, Ottawa.
The Rough Riders are really pushing the ball down the field here. Holloway. We see the Ottawa coach has thrown his clipboard to the ground. Crump with the ball, loses 5 yards, and it's a fumble. Bruce Clark picks up a fumble recovery. This is a difficult game that it really gets you. You know, Norman, what do they say about turnovers in these kinds of games?
You know, they say that, you know, when you have a turnover, it really turns the game over. It just takes it in a new direction. It switches it around. It turns it upside down.
Ottawa Rough Riders at -3. 4 fumbles, 2 interceptions against 2 interceptions, 1 fumble for the Argos. Really difficult, but at the same time, they've been playing most of the game from behind. And when you're behind, that's when you start to make some gambles. Let's see what the Argos can do here. Can they close out the game on this possession, or are they equally jelly-fingered? We'll see how it goes from here. We've got just over 5 minutes to go left in the game.
Yeah, jelly-finger's the word, because, you know, it makes me think of a jelly-filled turnover, you know?
Like some type of apple-filled turnover, but like an apple turnover, but
that's right. Yeah,
filled with jelly. I hear you.
Right, you kind of get some jelly going in there.
Oh yeah,
and you turn it over. I'm not sure exactly how that happens, but my mind went there.
All right, folks, we've got our plans for after the game. So here we go. We've got 5 minutes left.
1st down, Toronto.
Jackson to Metcalf, takes it up to the 41, gets 6 more. It's going to be a 2nd and 1 from the Argos 47-yard line.
2nd down.
Jackson calls his own number. It's a sneak. It's a loss of 2.
3rd down, Toronto.
Just like that, it goes from a 2nd and 1 to a 3rd and 3. This is a hard choice for Willie.
Well, the defense was all over that attempted sneak. I mean, you can't sneak when you're broadcasting it all over the field. And the defense knew that was coming all the way, and they just stuffed it.
Let's take it back down to the sidelines. Let's see what Willie would, as he goes through his thinking process here. That was not good. I thought we could pick up at least 1 yard. Perhaps I should have given it to our running back, who's had a pretty good game so far. I think that I am going to make them beat us and not have us beat ourselves. So, Xenon,
I kick.
Xenon, I'm going to want you to go out there and do a punt. It is a 40-yard punt. Looks as though the ball has been kicked out of bounds. Ottawa will pick up the ball at the 30-yard line. We have over 4 minutes left in the game. The game is really slowing down at this point. Ottawa from their own 30-yard line.
1st down, Ottawa.
Holloway to Crump. It's complete for 6 yards. Picks up another 5. So that's an 11-yard pickup.
1st down.
From the 41-yard line. Holloway back. Gabriel. The pass is incomplete.
There's a flag on the play.
It is an offensive penalty. It was clipping on the offensive line. That's going to push them back 15 yards. 1st and 25.
Ottawa, really, their discipline really looking a little bit ragged here. They really need to tighten up their blocking. But, yeah, what can they do now?
There have not been many penalties, but when they have come, they have been impactful. Holloway dropping back over the middle to Gabriel. And, oh, Preston Young sweeps underneath, picks off the ball at midfield. Could that be the end of it? We still got 4 minutes to go. We still have the 3-minute warning coming up. That's 3 picks for Conrad Holloway. Maybe he will be packing at the end of the season and won't be in a Rough Riders uniform anymore.
You're listening to 3rd and Roll. Can I say the same thing but in Tamil? நீங்கள் கேட்டுக்கொண்டிருப்பது 3rd and Roll.
Argos with the ball, going for a screen pass. It is complete to Metcalf. Makes it 5 yards down to the 49. And he fumbles it. Had the chance to put the ball away. They just needed to hold the line, and they could not do it. That is the 11th turnover of the game. 7 for the Rough Riders, 4 for the Argos. It is early season. These guys, they're just coming out of preseason. They have a chance now. It's going to be 1st and 10 Rough Riders from their own 49-yard line. They need 2 scores.
This is the 3-minute warning.
Norman, any words before we go to commercial?
Yeah, the turnovers in this game have just been stunning. But it just goes to show you, I mean, anything can happen. And it's part of what I love about this game of Canadian football. The rules are structured in a way that you have to push it. You can't just cautiously hold the ball. You're constantly in danger at all times. You have to put the ball in danger. And we've seen today what happens. The options are narrowing now for Ottawa here. I mean, they have 3 minutes to get 2 scores. So they just gotta get this thing down the field.
So Holloway throws it to Gabriel from the 49-yard line. It's complete to the Toronto 51-yard line. Gabriel with the ball. Let's see what he can do with it. Gabriel. And the answer to that is nothing. Preston Young swoops in. Just under 2.5 minutes left to go in the game. From the 51-yard line.
1st down, Ottawa.
Holloway hands it off to Crump. Crump is going along the far side of the field. He makes it to the corner. He's running. He's up. He's at the 45. He's at the 40. The 35. The 30. Down at the 26. Preston Young stops him. That was an impressive run that only took up 6 seconds of game time.
1st down, Ottawa.
Holloway back, looking for Gabriel, and it's incomplete. Incomplete. He was trying to push it into the end zone. It did not work.
2nd down.
At the 26-yard line. Holloway back. Going deep to the far corner. Gabriel again, and it is knocked away by Preston Young. Good defense here from the Argos, really putting pressure onto Holloway. Very, very tight coverage here of the receivers. It is 3rd and 10. Rough Riders from the 26-yard line. They are down by 10. They need a major, but if they're going to tie, they also need a field goal. Let's bring it back down, as we've done all game, to the Ottawa sidelines.
How much time we got left?
We got 2 minutes, 10 seconds.
We got to kick the field goal. We're down by 10. We got to kick the field goal. Yeah, Preston Young has been reading this offense like yesterday's news. I mean, he just knows where to be, and he just gets them. He knows them better than they know themselves.
That's right. The Simon Fraser University product, straight out of Regina, Saskatchewan. He is really showing off. He is not letting the Rough Riders get very much in terms of downfield play.
3rd down, Ottawa Rough Riders.
So it looks like the Rough Riders are going for the field goal. Jerry Organ, it is up, and it is good.
That's a big kick.
And only 4 seconds taken off the clock with that. A 33-yard field goal. All good. It is now 20-13 for the Argos.
This is Chad Owens, the Flying Hawaiian and former receiver for the Toronto Argonauts. You're listening to 3rd and Roll, a Canadian football board game podcast.
All right, so you do a roll for the kickoff, and I'll do a roll for the return. Oh, sorry. I mean, are you doing a kickoff or a short kickoff?
Oh, yeah, I guess I have this decision to make as the coach. Gotta do a regular kickoff.
Ottawa choosing to kick the ball deep, try to stop the Argos and get the ball back. Oregon has a good kick. It's a 60-yarder. Argos with the ball at the 5. Argos able to bring the ball up 20 yards to the 25.
1st down, Toronto.
2 minutes left in the game. Argos running the ball. Metcalf with the ball to the right.
There's a flag on the play.
Oh boy, what is this? This could have a big impact on what's going to go on in the game. And it is an offensive penalty. Argos backed up 15 yards. It is going to be 1st and 25 from their own 10-yard line.
Well, there it is with the clipping again. I mean, these officials are really cracking down on this particular infraction. It's a matter of safety, this is a game where people crash into people, and, it's got to be done within certain parameters.
And in a situation like this late in the game, that's where you'd really love to have that one extra point from that missed convert back at the beginning of the game. The Argos could have been up by 8.
Less thinking, more kicking.
From the 10, they're going to go for a pass from the option. It's complete. Jackson to Greer at the 20. Greer gets stopped. It is going to be a 2nd and 15 now for the Argos. 8 seconds, run off the clock. Under 2 minutes, but still plenty of time left. Jackson back, and it's a screen. It's a screen pass. Metcalf catches it at the 25. What can he do with it? Nothing. Metcalf stopped at the 25, back at the original line of scrimmage. It's going to be
3rd down.
And 10 Argos, just under a minute 40 left. Argos hanging on here just by the very tips of their fingernails.
Zenon Andrushishin
coming on to do a punt. Norman, what do you think?
Every moment, it's a new game every moment. Every play is a new game. I mean, we can look at the course of the game, we can look at all the events that happened, but it all comes down to what's happening right now. Ottawa's going to get the ball, and they have a field to cross to get this game tied up.
Zenon coming onto the field for a crucial punt here. It is a high punt. It's going 10, 20, 30, 40, 45 yards. Rough Riders get the ball at their own 40-yard line. They're making it up the field to their own 53-yard line. What is this?
There's a flag on the play.
A no yards penalty on the Argonauts. That is not the time of the game where you want something like that to happen. Handing Ottawa a short field. It's going to be
1st down, Ottawa.
From the Argonauts' 42-yard line. Just under a minute and a half to go. Holloway hands it off, as he's done all game, to Crump. Crump makes it up the field for a 4-yard pickup.
Second down, Ottawa Rough Riders.
Holloway back. With the completion, down at the 28-yard line, gets another 8, down to the 20-yard line. Wow, just under a minute left to go in the game.
First down.
Holloway back, hands it off to Crump. Bruce Clark for a loss of 2. It's going to be 2nd and 12 Rough Riders from the Argos' 22-yard line. 45 seconds remaining in the game. Holloway hands it off to Crump, who picks up 5. They are down at the 17-yard line.
3rd and 7 with under a minute to go.
35 seconds remaining in the game. Ottawa going to the air now. Holloway from the 17. It's caught. It's caught at the 7-yard line. Tony Gabriel with the reception. He picks up 2 and is down at the 5. Folks, we have got 20 seconds left. Plenty of time for the Rough Riders. It is a 1st and goal from the 5. Holloway under center. Hands it off to Crump. And Bruce Clark snuffs it. Right up the middle. Shuts it down. Wow. On the plus side for Ottawa, that play did not last very long. There's 15 seconds left. It is 2nd and goal from the 5. Ottawa down 7 points here, 20-13. They need to score to tie it here, but they got 3 chances. First one's down. Holloway, he's got good protection. Sees Gabriel in the corner, and it's complete. Touchdown, Rough Riders!
Wow.
Folks, that was impressive. Very little time left here.
How did Ottawa get back into it? But here we are with only the dying seconds remaining, and we are all level.
We will all be level as soon as Ottawa kicks its convert, which, as we know from what happened earlier on in this game, is anything but a done deal. It is quite probable, but could we have 2 missed extra points within one game?
Well, I do believe the odds of a missed point after touchdown are 1 in 36. And for that to happen twice would be 1 in 36 squared. Now that would be the chance out of only 2. Now how many touchdowns have there been?
There have been 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 touchdowns.
And the game has been paused as the nerds have gathered in the center field to calculate these. Yes, say that again.
I believe that the clock stops after a score, so it is quite normal that the clock will be stopped at this particular point in time. To your question, there have been
valid.
There have been 5 touchdowns in this game,
which means that the chances of having 2 misses are 1 in 36.
Working.
Oh, they are 5 in.
Folks, the pedant has been broken. We shall see what happens from here.
I believe I will conclude my estimate by suggesting that it is quite unlikely and yet possible. So yeah, the field has been cleared of this quite unnecessary delay as we now return. Ottawa's kicker ready for a very important kick.
And it's good! Wow. That initial miss really coming back to haunt the Argos here.
When I have thoughts in head and I kick ball, not good.
Just over 14 seconds left to play.
You know, the whole feeling of the game has changed. The Argos sitting comfortably, well, as comfortably as you can be when you're up by 2 scores. But it's all evaporated.
The
Ottawa Rough Riders
have come back on a 10-0 run to tie up the game.
You're listening to Third and Roll. Can I say the same thing but in Tamil? நீங்கள் கேட்டுக்கொண்டிருப்பது Third and Roll.
Here we go. Jerry Organ kicking off. It is a 60-yard kick. Argos taking the ball from their own 5-yard line. He makes a move, brings it up to the 25-yard line. There are 11 seconds left.
First down, Toronto.
Mark Jackson going to go for a pass from option. Pass is complete to Terry Greer at the 35-yard line. Picks up another 7. and makes it up to the 42-yard line. 9 seconds left.
First down, Argonauts.
From the 41-yard line. Argo's really running out of time here. Do they try to go for a long field goal? Looks like they are going with a long pass. It's been dangerous all game. Will it work for them? It's up, it's deep, and it is picked off! Picked off by the Rough Riders at their 49-yard line. Not very much time left. Rough Riders pick up 10, gets them to the Argos' 49-yard line. Only 4 seconds left in the game. Let's take it back down to the Rough Riders sideline.
4 seconds, time to kick. And say, isn't it great to be in the CFL where we actually have a chance to score a single point?
Let's get ready, folks. This is going to be the last play of regulation. It's 20-20. The Rough Riders are getting ready to kick from the Argos' 49-yard line. They got a chance. The kick is up, and it is no good. No good. The kick is wide. The ball is carried out of the end zone, and that is the end of regulation. Folks, we are going to have overtime when we come back.
You're listening to Third and Roll, a Canadian...
I believe I will have to interject that this game has concluded in a tie. There is no overtime in the regular season, and therefore, I can't believe it, but yet there it is.
When did overtime start?
To break the times frame that we're in, I can make an historical note that according to CFLDB, the Canadian Football League first introduced overtime for regular season games in 1986.
Wow.
In the event that the score is tied at the end of the second half of a game. Oh, that's a later rule. For now, in the event if the score is tied, the game is a tie.
Wow. Okay.
Wow.
Wow.
What has just happened?
Jerry Organ, this kick would win the game. It's up. It's got the distance. Oh, but it's wide to the left. The Argos carry the ball out of the end zone and down it at the 5. That is the end of the game. It is a tie.
Tie game? What the hell? This is outrageous. Rip off! We paid for blood. Let's tear this place apart.
The Ottawa Rough Riders come back and snatch 1 point away from the jaws of defeat. It is 20-20, the first game of the 1980 season. I can't believe it.
No, it just can't get any closer than that.
Absolutely. And let's see what's going on elsewhere in the league. Looks as though the Hamilton Tiger Cats have walked into Montreal and stolen a victory 23-18. The
Hamilton Tiger Cats
sit first in the East Division with 2 points.
Toronto Argonauts, Ottawa Rough Riders,
tied in second with 1 point. And then in fourth place is
Montreal Alouettes.
Tie in the first game of the season. Can you believe it? That fourth quarter seemed like it took forever.
Well, welcome to the Canadian Football League. I mean, this is what happens here. You never know what's going to happen at the end of each game. I still can't believe it. I'm still trying to make sense of what happened there. We had the Argos ahead, 10 points, 2 scores up. The wildness of this game, I mean, it just kept going back and forth. There was never a safe moment. It was an illusion of safety being up by 2 scores because every moment it was just anything could happen.
With that, I am Edward Welch. I thank my colleague Norman Knuckleberger for his great commentary throughout this game. I really hope the fans at home enjoyed getting the close-up view of being able to listen to the coaches as they decide what play to call. I think that really adds to the fan experience, really gets you into the mindset of the coach. Both coaches in their first game as a head coach managed to not lose, but also not win. That is the name of the game for now, and with that, I send it back to Ron Booman in the studio. Ron?
Well, welcome back, everybody, and hope you enjoyed the football game. This football game has now concluded. There were 2 teams. They played. And my script here says that one of them won. Well, that's what we were expecting. But nothing that we were expecting happened today. We had 2 teams. Neither of them won. Neither of them lost. The only thing we can say for sure is that they just played football. Thank you, everybody.
Ron, I just gotta jump in here. Ron, what we saw out there was a travesty. It's a travesty. These guys, it was blood, sweat, and tears for 60 minutes, and to have them fight, go back and forth, and to end it on a tie, that rule has to change. That rule has to change. I cannot stand it. We need some kind of satisfactory narrative ending to this story. What kind of arc ends back where it started? I know they'll tell me that's the hero's journey, but what did they achieve? What did they learn? Did Ottawa learn to be more conservative with their play calling? Maybe, but like I guess they could have tried the deep bomb to win at the very end rather than the very long field goal. But what did we learn? What was accomplished here? There were guys there who were they were giving it their all, and then to go all through this, and then what? Now be like in tied for second in the East Division. This rule has got to change, Ron. This rule has got to change, and you know what? I know I said that the Argos are going to win, and as far as it comes concerned, they did win because they had fewer turnovers. So this is an outrage. This is an outrage. I'm going to file a complaint with the league, and this rule has to change. Our viewers, our listeners, they deserve some kind of narrative, some satisfying narrative ending, and it's an outrage. Thank you. Back to you, Ron.
Well, thank you very much for that bit of outrage, and what can I say? It was football. Football was played, and of that we can be certain. So thank you for watching, and we hope you will join us again as the Canadian Armchair Football season continues.
Okay, Spencer back here now. That was certainly not the ending that we were looking for, Alex. So, it really developed over the course of the game. At the very beginning, there was a lot of uncertainty in terms of what kind of plays you were going to call at the end. You're just like picking them this one, that one, this one, that one, this one, that one. Wow, that was definitely not the kind of ending that we thought we were going to have.
Well, I, for one, take a certain perverse enjoyment from having a tie, because most people hate ties. I love ties. I have no problem with a tie. They both fought hard, and they ended up even. I think it's wonderful. I love ties.
So our next game is going to be the Toronto Argonauts at home at Exhibition Place, facing, I guess now, the last place Montreal Alouettes.
Third and Roll is an independent Canadian football board game podcast recorded in Toronto, Ontario in 2019. Today's episode featured the voices of Spencer, Alex, and Subi.
This works for me.
Thanks, Subi. This episode was edited by
Spencer Adams from Toronto.
Our theme music is Magic Mountain by Jazzar. Brett Brannigan's theme is The Spellbreaker by Tritachyon. Both songs used through a Creative Commons Attribution License and freemusicarchive.org. Ron Booman's theme music is Bach's Mach für die Ak, performed by the United States Army Old Guard Fife and Drum Corps. The Pedant's theme is Bach's Variatio en Saint Clavier, performed by Kimiko Ishizaka. Todd Gray's interview music is Bach's Aria Variata, Variation No. 3, performed by Brendan Kinsella. That's a lot of Bach. All Bach pieces used are in the public domain. If you'd like to support the show, head on over to patreon.com/thirdandroll and become a patron to get exclusive early access to new game episodes. Or you can tell a friend or leave us a 5-star rating on Apple Podcasts, Podbean, or whatever podcatcher you use. If you want to get in touch, you can find us on Twitter at thirdandroll or send an email to thirdandroll@gmail.com. New game episodes drop on the first Monday of every month. Thanks for listening, and we'll see you next time on Third and Roll.
I'm not an afterthought, Spencer, but I'll move on.